A couple weeks ago, I put out a video talking about the worst hacker at the moment in Apex, somebody who had figured out a way to actually DDoS servers or individual players, crashing the entire server for everyone except for them, which gave them the ability to basically move around invincibly and kill everyone on the server while they were trying to load back into the game. It essentially was a way for them to take advantage of the new reconnect system, which instead of just kicking everyone out and killing them, would allow them to actually reset and load back into the game. However, the reason that this player was so hard to find or even to ban or anything like that is because they would post videos of themselves through the Xbox software or PS4 software or what have you, and they were constantly doing this with different devices, just I guess as a flex to show that they could. There were some PC clips, there were some Xbox clips, some PS4 clips, but the thing that was interesting is that they were continually changing their name. That way they couldn't really be fully tracked. Their name was completely untraceable, and actually this isn't so much an update on that person, because as far as I'm aware, my video talking about it was really the only publicity that person got, and my video wasn't an attempt to, give this person publicity. It was more of getting the offense out there so that hopefully the devs would see it and do something about it, and it turns out that they actually have not. I've had several people message me talking about their experience with this person, because apparently in Diamond and lower Predator matches as well as in Masters, this person was quite a repeat offender. So, while there is no news about that person, my biggest fear with this whole situation has kind of come to light, and it seems like there are a couple of copycat hackers who have seen what that person's done and figured out how to do it themselves. So today we're going to be looking at a Twitter thread because it actually garnered the attention of Jason McCord, who is a design director over at Respawn, and he was talking with some people on Twitter because they were saying that recently in their matches, especially in ranked, they've had several instances where they've come across people who are hacking in a similar way as the guy that we covered in that original video, where they've somehow figured out a way to boot everybody from the server except for themselves. And in fact, the one is actually very interesting. One of the clips I'll show you. It seems like the person doesn't even get kicked. They actually just get lagged out to the point where they can't move, which I think is even more terrifying since they get to witness their whole squad being mowed down while they are in a state of lag. But before we do that, I would just want to talk about this actual Twitter thread, which I'll have up on screen for you guys. So this original post came from somebody named WXLTZY. Don't really know what that name is, but they tweeted saying, "How are they going to let a cheater be top 50 pred on PS4? Dude's been crashing servers 3 days in a row and no ban." Then they show a picture of this crypto, who, as you can clearly see, has his 4K damage badge, as well as his top 50 Predator badge, which is no easy feat, especially if you're a crypto main. I'm not sure how many crypto mains are in the top 50 Pred, but PS4 is a different beast than PC, so I don't know, let me know down below, how common is crypto on PS4? But Danny Z2H responded tagging Monster Clip Respawn, who is Jason McCord, saying, "Hey, can you peep this? Multiple accounts have been purposely crashing and lagging servers in ranked on PS4 at least," which we know it's not just PS4, it's actually the whole spectrum of console and PC. "It's getting worse day by day." To which Jason responds, "How do you know that another player is crashing a server?" Now, for anyone who's seen my previous video, or just anybody who's had this happen to them, I actually, if I can find the clip, something similar to this happened to me the other day. I wasn't the victim of actually getting killed during it, but one of our matches, it seems like everybody disconnected. I was actually in a firefight when it happened, and so I was worried. Actually, I was a little bit excited. I was like, whoa, I'm gonna get some actual footage of somebody crashing my game. But it seems like somebody else was actually the victim, because both my squad and the opposing squad both were kicked out, because when we came back in, they were just kind of standing there, and we didn't kill them because, that's a trashy thing to do. But it was definitely an interesting thing, because I would think that if the entire server crashed and everyone on the server got booted out, they would just null and void the server and you'd have to load into a different match. At least that would make sense to me. Now, there were a couple other people who responded to Jason McCord, either with clips or just with saying that they had experienced that themselves. But the thing that really caught my eye is that we actually have a name for this guy. This one who has been kicking people out in the top 50 Pred servers. But there's another clip that came out from someone named SkyLexEU who says, GG's only bro, for real. What is ranked right now? SMH. And the person who freezes and kills him, it actually seems to be an entire squad, but the one who actually kills him is somebody named TTV_K_M16. And this dude's pretty loaded up. He's level 500. He's pretty high up in plat. And he has his 4K damage badge. Whether or not this guy cheated for all of those badges is unknown, but it seems like they are another example of people who are taking advantage of this glitch, where they can boot people out either through a DDoS or some other hacks that I'm not fully aware of. Somebody had mentioned in this thread, and I'll see if I can find it to put it up on screen, but that they were experimenting with different ways that they could boot people out of the game, you know, as a way to like submit it to the devs, not as a way to use it maliciously. If you use text-to-speech in a specific way, you actually can lag people out of the firing range. Now, whether or not this works in actual games, I'm not sure. It seems like this would be more something of you lagging people out who are on your team, since they're the ones who would be affected by the text-to-speech and not really other people. Now, I don't know if the text-to-speech really weighs that heavily on the server, where if you spammed like 30,000 syllables, if you could actually break the entire server. However, I'm not a video game designer or anything like that, so I really couldn't tell you. But it really seems to me like these cheaters are just getting worse and worse. Obviously, to me, it seems like these are copycat hackers, because there's no way that this is the same person. The one that I showed in my original video, and then this guy with all of these like lines in his name, and then the K_M16 guy. There's no way that all of them are the same. So whatever's going on, the developers need to figure out a way to catch these people from doing this, or even add in a new report function where you can report people for, I don't know, moving around while the servers crashed, something like that. Just something that allows them to look into it. Additionally, console really needs a report system. I recently found out about that, and I honestly can't believe that Xbox and PS4 don't have report functions. That's so ridiculous and absurd to me, but I guess they're not really too concerned about it. The last thing that I want to talk about in this video, one that I actually think is really interesting, is that somebody who obviously was being satirical, they just wanted to poke fun at Respawn and EA, said that there's no way they could possibly tell if it was a hacker crashing the servers or if it was just their garbage servers in the first place. And that actually got me thinking, because that really seems like that might be a legitimate reason for why these people can get away with this so much. The servers are always lagging. The servers crash quite a bit. Not as much as they used to, but when servers crash, I'm sure even if the devs were to look into it, they would just assume that it was their servers failing or like an internal error rather than an external error of somebody crashing it. So that's just a little food for thought. Is it really hackers crashing this, or are they just taking advantage of the fact that EA's servers are so bad that they can crash them and nobody will even blink an eye? Because I feel like if you're at the point where people can break your servers and you just assume that it's your servers breaking on their own, you probably need to upgrade your servers. But that's going to be it for me for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end and checking out what I have to say on this topic. Please, if you're really genuinely interested in getting these people caught, go over on Twitter, and if something like this has happened to you, please at the developers. Jason McCord is a really good guy to talk to over there. And especially if you have video footage of this happening. That way we can get these people off our servers. We can get some justice for PS4 and justice for all of the consoles and PC players. However, that's going to be all I have to say on this topic. So thank you all again so much for watching. And until tomorrow, guys, take it easy.